You are now listening to the Social English Podcast. This is a trending news in English episode. In today's episode, we are going to use a strange topic so that we can have an interesting topic for English conversation. The topic we're going to talk about is cicadas. And yes, it is trending news.
皆さんこんにちは。毎日少しずつ社交に使える英語の上達を目指すソーシャルイングリッシュポッドキャストへようこそ。今日はぜひもっと自信を持って英会話してみましょう。Are you ready, Percy? Let's go!
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Social English Podcast, where we help you improve your English skills with practical tips and fun examples. If you're new here, I'm Percy, your host. A big thank you to our wonderful co-host, Cicadas, for that great introduction. Today, we're going to explore a new trending news topic. We're going to correct some common mistakes that many learners make. Then we're going to share some interesting facts with you and have a fun little quiz. So let's get started right after this.
今日のソーシャルイングリッシュのエピソードは中級または上級のスキルレベルで英語を勉強している人々を対象としています。初心者の方はゆっくりとエピソードを聞いてください。頑張れ。
Okay, so remember everyone, this is for intermediate skill level or higher skill level, advanced English speakers and English learners who are looking for topics to have conversation in English to practice their English. Well, if you're in an English-speaking country or you're on vacation, or maybe to chat with an English-speaking friend. So that's the reason for this episode, and our topic are cicadas. Okay, so this is trending news you can talk about. Recently in Chicago, cicadas have emerged early after 17 years. These large insects, which last appeared in the area nearly 2 decades ago, have been seen in large numbers in parts of the city and suburbs. On some streets on the far southwest side, cicadas have covered the sidewalks and trees. Stephanie Adams, the plant healthcare leader at the Morton Arboretorium, said it's pretty exciting. It's natural systems at their finest. You can just really appreciate them. This year is special because it marks a rare double emergence. The 17-year and 13-year cicadas cycles have aligned for the first time in 221 years. This happened It was in 1803. Okay, so now when you are having this conversation and using these news items for conversation topics, there is some difficult English. So let's break down some of those difficult words and phrases. Emerge. Emerge. This means to come out or appear. For example, the cicadas emerged from the ground. Drove. Drove. This means a large number of things or people. For example, people arrived in droves to see the event. Now, I know sometimes, or some people have heard out there that a drove also has another meaning. Drove also means the past tense of driving a car somewhere. Like I drove to the movie theater last night, or I drove to the store this morning. I drove to the supermarket this morning. So be careful because drove has two different main meanings. Okay. Now, next one, pockets. Pockets. Now, pockets is another one that has more meanings. But today, when we use pockets, it means small areas or groups. For example, cicadas were seen in pockets of the city. Okay, small areas of the city. Blanket. This means to cover something completely. For example, cicadas blanketed the trees.
英語を学ぶとき、学ぶべき重要なスキルの一つは、良い会話をする方法です。今日のエピソードでは、ネイティブアメリカンの英語を話す人の視点から、英会話のトピックをお教えします。友達になりたい英語を母国語とする人と、有効的な会話をするために使用できる現在のトピックを学びます。これがソーシャルイングリッシュの本質です。さあ、始めましょう。
Okay, so now let's try some sample sentences, okay? Here's some sample sentences that could help you learning this vocabulary. Okay, here we go. Sentence number 1. The cicadas emerged from the ground after 17 years. Sentence 2. Fans came in droves to see the concert. Sentence number 3. There were pockets of wildflowers in the field. Sentence number 4. Snow blanketed the city overnight. Let's listen to two sample dialogues using today's vocabulary. Okay, here's dialogue 1. Please listen. Did you see the cicadas emerging from the ground? Yes, They were everywhere, covering the trees and sidewalks. Okay, so now that you've listened to that, here's another sample dialogue so that you can hear another example of some of the vocabulary today. Here's dialogue 2. Why are there so many people here? They came in droves to see the cicadas. It's a rare event. Okay, now let's do something interesting. We're going to do a short little quiz. All right, little quiz time. I'll give you a sentence and you decide which word or phrase is best. Okay, let's start. Number 1. Cicadas blink from the ground after 17 years. So fill in the blank. Fans arrived in blank to see the rare event. 3. There were blank of cicadas in the city. Number 4. Snow blank the ground in the morning. Okay? So that's based on the previous sentences we talked about. If you can't remember, please rewind, go back, and listen again.
このショーを気に入っていただけたら、5つ星のレビューをぜひお願いします。
Okay, so now guess what? I have some homework for you. Today's action item. Your challenge this week is to use one of the new words or phrases in a conversation. Try talking about something that emerged or was in droves. Let us know how it goes because I want to know. So before we wrap up today, don't forget to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and hit that subscribe button to stay updated with more episodes of the Social English Podcast. Your support means the world to us. If you have any questions about today's episode, ask us on Instagram at social_English_4FOR_Japanese. And I'd like to thank you for listening once again. See you in the next episode. Peace and love.
今日は楽しい時間をありがとうございました。ぜひ私たちのウェブサイトrealsocialenglish.com を訪問して日本語訳と役立つ情報を手に入れてください。また次回お会いしましょう。バイバイ。See you next time. Bye bye.